here I am today, about 3 years going into my new skin journey, and I get to serve you, my Leadership University partners and global leaders from all around the world. And I thank you for your commitment and your dedication to be on this special training tonight, because now it gives me the privilege to bring to stage and highlight our first speaker for today. And let me tell you, this phenomenal woman has been absolutely inspirational in my journey alone. And so she's been a team elite for 5 years now, also a member of the Circle of Excellence 1. And more uniquely, I want to share and highlight that she is a core member of OTG One Team Global North. It looks like we've got our incredible business corporate partner that's here with us today. And I'm so grateful that she's joining us, you guys. And you know what? It's such a privilege when we can have corporate on our Zoom stage. Building global markets and blessing lives and making a difference, of course. But here she is today, one of our very own prestigious partners of Corporate New Skin. And she's been in New Skin for about 26 years. Can you believe that? Wow, magnificent time of service. And we're so grateful for that service and continuing to do that. And you know what? She just moved from being in global distributor digital engagement in that department back into the West region, focusing on digital innovation and social media. And so my millennials on the call, heads up on this one. You don't want to miss out. And you know what? She's worked with global social teams for the past 3 years now, and in digital marketing back in here in America's region. And you know, she proudly claims that she is a proud mother of 4 beautiful, adorable children. And she loves being outside and running and just being out in nature. And best of all, she loves getting lost in a great book. And so without further ado, I wish to bring to stage a phenomenal partner of ours representing proudly for Corporate New Skin. Please let me bring to the Zoom stage the lovely, the beautiful, and innovative Kathy Schultz Johnson. Welcome, welcome, Kathy. Such a blessing to have you on this stage today.
Thank you so much. What an amazing... I want you to always introduce me, because that was very heartfelt. And I'm a mother of 4 kids. I've worked at New Skin 26 years. It's exciting to be here. You guys, I can't tell you how great the world that we live in right now is with digital innovation and the things that I get to do and that we're all doing. Look at us here on a Zoom meeting. I was actually just telling one of my daughters, my 14-year-old daughter, Claire, she's my 3rd child. And I said, I get to go do some work tonight. And she's like, oh, you do? And I was like, yeah, but I don't have to travel. And I get to be a part of different leaders' meetings from my bedroom, from being at home and from doing this. And what a powerful thing that is for me, especially as a corporate employee. I know most of you on this call know firsthand how amazing it is to be able to work flexible hours, work around your family, and do all of the things that hopefully New Skin lets you do. I've been a corporate, employee for my whole entire life. Now I get to enjoy the benefit of being flexible, of being online, of being with my family and working from home. New Skin has been nothing but amazing for us as employees in doing this. So it's kind of like I'm practicing what I preach. I get to tell people all the time how to do this, but now I'm getting to live a lot of it by being at home, and it's so fun. If there are questions, put them in, and I will try to answer all of them. I'm going to go through just a few basics of digital innovation and especially of social enablement. My team, as Leah said, we moved from, I was in the Americas for a long time, and then I moved to global. And I learned so much in global about what's going on in different areas. And it's really helped me as I'm now moving back to the West in Tyler's organization, see the different pieces that fit together. I get to see how all of these pieces fit together. And that helps us at the company know how to innovate digitally. We can help support multiple different things in social, especially. It used to be where we would say the social selling model or the toothpaste model. 2016, guys, that is of the past. Now, social enablement and digital enablement fits everybody. And there's been nothing better than 2020 to tell us how to pivot and how to use digital. And the power that we have when we understand technology and when we understand social, all we're doing is giving ourselves even more tools than we had before. I think all the time about how technology helps with languages, covering that language barrier and the timing barriers and the country barriers that would prevent us from doing business across states, across countries, across cultures. These things were really hard to do 10 years ago and even 5 years ago. But with social and with digital tools, we have much better capabilities of conversing with each other and talking to each other. So a few tips and tricks, and I get asked this all the time, and I should open my chat to make sure that if you guys are asking me questions on details, I can see it. Okay, I have chat open. So if you guys do need to ask anything for more explanation, put it right here in the chat. So first and foremost, the most important thing when you're building your business in social is to talk about who you are as a person, as a leader, as an individual, as a mom, as a woman, as a man, whoever you are, that needs to shine through in your social media, whether it's Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. There's not one channel that works or one way that works. It is showing who you are. Now, that doesn't come with one post. People all the time are like, oh, I posted and it didn't work. It's never going to work in one post. It takes consistency, like everything else in the world takes. It takes consistency. All of the time, you need to think about who you're doing this for. You're doing it for yourself. You're not doing this for likes. You're not doing this for followers. You're doing this to empower those around you. You're doing this to share what you love with other people. Remember that as you're posting. Are you adding to the internet? When you post something, are you adding a little bit of sunshine? Are you adding a little bit of information about our opportunity, about our products? You guys, we are so blessed right now to not be without work. In the company we are, and as sales leaders, you guys can still continue working in the same, if not even better, way than you could before. That is huge. Are we sharing that because we care about other people? These are things that people can see right through in social. You hear it called authenticity all the time. Being authentic. People always ask me, does that mean I have to cry online to be authentic? No, you don't have to cry online. If crying is who you are, go for it. But if that's not who you are, then that's not the important piece. The important piece is to show people who you are constantly and consistently. Choose your channel. I don't care which channel it is. Like I said, it can be Facebook, it can be Instagram, it can be YouTube, but choose your channel and go all in. Double down on where your customers, your audience, and your friends and your team are. Now, I have seen a lot of people with social enablement kind of do a foot in each. Maybe your team is mainly on Facebook, and that's where you support your team, or in WhatsApp Messenger, and you do team trainings there. Maybe customers are sitting on Instagram or on YouTube, and you go more customer facing there. Think about what you're doing, because that's another really important piece is, who am I talking to right now? Am I talking to my customers, or am I talking to my team? Am I training people? Am I building a community? What am I doing here? And you can do those two pieces very, very easily in social media. I've never seen a better way to train than social media. because you can do live trainings and you can have two-way conversations like we're having here with the chat, or if you're on a Facebook Live, you can get feedback. You can answer questions appropriately. You can train appropriately, and you can build really strong relationships. If you're just on a phone and you can't see someone face to face, I feel like it's a little harder to build a relationship. That's not hard at all to do in social media. It is so easy through this. And so you can build a really strong relationship with your team, and you can understand what they need to know, and you can help them with that. You can do demos online of our products. There's no better way to sell our products than you yourself doing a demo on your own face, doing a demo. The LumiSpa has a million demos, whether it's the strawberry demo. Hopefully you guys have seen some of these. And if you haven't, throw it in the comments and I'll give you some ideas of ways to demo our products. But the LumiSpa sells so great because it's so demonstrable in social. You can educate and you can demonstrate it, but it's you as a person doing this. It's not sharing just company resources. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't take things that we're doing and share them, but it needs to have a balance. I love the strawberry and the orange, where you can see the pores and people show all the different ways that people cleanse their skin. So hopefully you guys have kind of seen that, and you can tell that the LumiSpa is gentle and that it really cleans and goes in and out. Now, we have other videos that you could accent with that. Let's say that you do the strawberry or the orange demo yourself. Then you could take the new skin video that shows the slow-mo of how that gets into the skin and educate your consumers on why ours is different than any other cleansing device out there. Now, if someone's going to drop a chunk of money on a device, you need to educate them. You need to show them how this works. So how to introduce the LumiSpa? The best way to introduce the LumiSpa on social is, number one, using it on your own face. Whether that is, have you guys seen the Sharpie challenge? It freaks me out a little bit, but it is so powerful in social. People will, and I'm not going to do it right now, because could you imagine if I was drawing on my face in front of you guys? But people will take a Sharpie and they'll draw a mustache, or they'll draw big eyebrows, or they write a heart, or they do something, and then they take their LumiSpa, and right there in front of everybody to see, real time, so that it couldn't be edited, they clean their face and they get that off, and it is so powerful. Lipstick can work with that. If you don't want to do a Sharpie, throw Power Lips on and show how you can rub it with your hand and nothing works, but then you use the LumiSpa and it works. Even showing, I wish I had my LumiSpa with me, but a lot of people will show the head after they wash their face. It's really powerfully gross because you see all of the dirt that was on your face. Now, if someone's spending a lot of money on skincare, they don't want dirt in their pores. So it's very, very demonstrable. This is something that is really powerful over technology in the digital world, whether that's social media or on a Zoom. When I say social media, I think it's just habit for me, but Zoom and any of these digital atmospheres all work the same with these powerful things. But having an online party with your friends, again, on social or on Zoom, and doing that demo is so powerful. Let's say you're training your team on how to do it. Everybody could do it together. You can say, okay, you guys, we're going to practice this together so that tomorrow you can do it online. Now, another thing for social media that is really important for people to understand, we don't control the environment. Facebook controls what people see, whether it's on Facebook or on Instagram. So if you are in social, you have to kind of think like that company and play by their rules. So yesterday, I decided I made homemade jam, and I wanted to play with Reels. That's the brand new TikTok of Instagram. I'm way too old to be making these, you guys. It is very stressful for me to do this stuff. My 12-year-old does it like nothing. She can make these videos, and she sings and she dances, and it's so comfortable for her. It was very uncomfortable for me. I have just over 1,000 followers. With less than a day, 3,000 people saw that video. I've never had any piece of content that many people have seen. Why did so many people see it? Because I was using the brand new feature that Instagram has launched. And Instagram wants people using that feature. So they showed everybody my content. Thinking like the channel you're in will help you get better reach. That's a really good way to grow your followers. That's a really good way to increase your reach, is thinking, how is Facebook going to make this in front of as many people as possible? Instead of trying to trick Facebook, which I know we've tried to do, and we're all trying to play by their rules and figure out their algorithms and do stuff. Think like the business. You guys are business people. You understand businesses. Well, we don't control it, but we can understand them, and we can play by their rules and take advantage of what they have going. Reels is totally Instagram's TikTok. And I have danced a few times on my daughter's TikTok. I'm not quite bold enough to post it on my own yet. Because I'm a little too old to be doing TikTok dances, I think. But hey, it was amazing the amount of reach I got, you guys. And I just wanted to, I do a lot of things on my account just to play with it so that I can learn and understand what's going on, so that I can pass it on to you guys and teach the most effective way to do things. You could easily do a LumiSpa Reels, right? So instead of just taking and doing the strawberry video, what if you did it in Reels and you do the same demo, but you do it in the software that they're pushing out the most? It's not that hard. It's the same as you just hit play on your phone and do it. But now you're going to get possibly 3 times, 4 times the reach, because you're playing in Instagram's or in Facebook's by their rule book, if you will. So think about these things and how to do it. The same thing applies with hashtags. And I don't know if you guys watched the workshop that I did at the live a couple weeks ago, but there's a lot to be learned with hashtags. And hashtags, again, hashtags don't work in Facebook, they work in Instagram. So you need to kind of think about which one. I think Instagram is a better platform for consumer sales, and Facebook is really great for communities, building relationships and teams. But you'll find that all of the studies show that Instagram is where people buy the most stuff. When it comes to a social platform, we buy on Instagram. People don't unfollow brands as often if they're talking about products and selling products. So it's a really great place to find consumers, to find new customers to purchase your products. Instagram is a great place for that. So when I talk about a lot of product demos are great in Instagram. You can still do it in Facebook. And if you have a great community page, Facebook is really great, but you will not have as broad of a general consumer reach in Facebook as you will in Instagram right now. That's just the way that the channels are working. Facebook has doubled down on communities and relationship building, which means you know the people that you're talking to. Instagram is all about just following people. It's not a two-way follow. You can reach people as long as you're public, even if you're not friends with them, which is different than Facebook is. So that's a really great way to kind of divide and conquer depending on what your goals are. Now, we all know, depending on where you are in the business, you might have different goals on how many consumers you're spending your time on and how much time you're spending training your team too. So I'm not saying go and switch from one platform to another platform. I'm just saying one is a little bit better for consumers and one is better for community building and teams. And again, this is what Facebook and Instagram have pushed and decided to do. So if you're on Instagram, you use hashtags because that's how you find new people. That's how you get consumers. That's how you get reach. But on Facebook, you're going to spend a lot more time building those one-on-one relationships, working with your team, inviting people into groups, and really focusing on that. That's the other thing that I think a lot of people miss in social is we get into social media and we act like a billboard. We just, hey, look at my products, woohoo! It's about people. The same way that you would talk to people in person, you need to talk to them on social media. Anyone who comments on your stuff should be your first priority to comment back, even if it's your mom or your sister or your neighbor who is just being nice and saying something where they're like, oh, I'm just going to support their business. Great. Talk back to them. Because if you respond back, if I comment on your thing and I'm like, oh, I love that demo, that was really educational, comment back to me, because even though you know that I know it, somebody else is reading. Someone else is reading that entire conversation. You'll also be rewarded from Facebook if you have meaningful conversations publicly. It's a little bit awkward sometimes to have those conversations publicly. We used to teach years ago, take it straight to DM, go all the way to the back, go all the way to the back. That is not the most powerful way to do it. Answer as many questions as you can publicly and on your post. You'll have more reach, and you'll be surprised how many people are out there just listening and reading and watching what you're doing that will then, maybe it'll be weeks, maybe months, maybe the same day, will comment and say, okay, I'm interested. But if you take every conversation behind the scenes, you could lose people that are watching and trying to learn from you. So that's another thing that I think is really important. Don't do the full sale right there in front of everybody. But as soon as they say, oh, I want to know more, don't say, I'll DM you. Okay, that is not the solution. Oh, what would you like to know? Have you ever used a cleansing device before? Let's say you're talking about LumiSpa, you've done this. Hey, I'm happy to come over and do a demo for you sometime. I have loved mine. Have that conversation right there in the thing, and talk to people about the products. Yeah, I sell this product. I am partnered with this company. If you want to support me as a small business owner, I can help you get this product. There's no better time than now either with being a small business owner and being an entrepreneur. We all want to help shopping local and helping our friends and supporting people right now. So make it very clear that you sell these products, that your friends are supporting you when they shop with you. That is not, I think that it kind of used to have a little bit of a bad connotation with stuff. It doesn't. We are not ashamed to be part of network marketing and to do these things. It is such a great business to be in. And Nu Skin is the best possible company to be a part of. The other thing is, it's okay for you to talk about other products. I think this is another thing that we tend to fall into a trap about is if you only talk about Nu Skin products, it won't feel as authentic. Now, I'm not saying talk about other serums and skin cleansers and devices, but do you have running shoes that you love? Is there a book that you want to recommend to people? What about cooking gadgets that maybe you could tell people about? Things that you could also share without it impacting your business, but making you a real full person. Because Nu Skin is a big part of us, but it's not all of us. You need to get all of those pieces in there. What other questions do you guys have for me? I did not watch exactly when I started, so I'm trying to make sure that I stay within my time frame. I literally could talk about social media for days. So are there specific questions you guys have? Because I think I'm in my last about 5 minutes in my time. So it is great for you guys to share each other's Instagram handles in the chat or with each other, and to follow and friend each other. It is great to also comment and like people's stuff among each other. It's not going to mean that your reach goes right up, but if you are supporting each other, like I said, you can have those conversations. The other thing I want to say with when we're supporting each other, and I know that this has been said for years and by me before, is never, ever pretend to be someone else that you aren't. So don't say, let's say that I commented on one of your posts and I was like, ooh, what's Nu Skin? Tell me more. And somebody went to my profile, they would know that I know Nu Skin. Now I've damaged you because I've acted like a pretend consumer. Instead of me saying, oh, I love that company. Aren't we so lucky to be partnered with this company? Right? So don't be a fake customer. Be a real business partner. Be a real peer. Be a real upline. Maybe your downline posts something and you want to give them help. give them a comment on there being like, oh my gosh, what a powerful testimonial. Great job. Like, that must have been hard for you to demo that, or this or that. Give them recognition and a compliment, but don't pretend like you're not a part of the company, because people can click and see who you are in a heartbeat, and then it will damage your new person or your own reputation even more. It is so great to show peer-to-peer support, as long as it is real and authentic, and you're saying, I'm so glad I chose this company too. It has been life-changing for me. That's great to say. Don't pretend like you're not associated with it. We're trying to do the best we can, but sometimes we make little mistakes like that make a big difference. I can put in these comments my Instagram handle, and my Facebook is just Kathy Schultz, and it has my new skin, like the picture that's on the flyer that was sent out, so you'll be able to know that it's me. And then my Instagram is Run Cat Run, because I love running, and I created it a long time ago as a running account, and now it's all things Kathy. All you're going to see on there is my chickens, my garden, and books I read, but you can see all the different things that I do and that we do. So that's my Instagram. That is everything. Encourage tagging your teams. That is a great question. Yes, tag your teams. And you know what? If you're on Instagram, use stories as recognition. Stories is so powerful for recognition, and tag everybody in those stories, and they can share it. Now, the reason this is really important for tagging people and them resharing it is it gives validation to what they're doing. This brand new brand rep or brand affiliate, their friends might be like, is this a legit business you're doing? If you tag them, then they're going to see this. So you use Instagram. In Vietnam, people usually don't use use Instagram. If Facebook is the biggest channel for your audience, stay on Facebook. You can still do stories on Facebook. You can still do all of this on Facebook. But wherever your audience is, that's where you want to be. In the US, audiences are really big on Instagram, but not worldwide. Worldwide, Facebook is still by far the biggest of all of the platforms with this stuff. So if your audience, if your potential customers and your potential team, if they're not on Instagram, don't be on Instagram. Be on Facebook. Spend time where your people are. Don't try to bring them to you. You go to them. So my answer to that is go to Facebook and be where they are, and just double down on that one platform, and you will still see a lot of success there. So I think I have answered the questions. If there is nothing else, I think what I say, social media is a must. I haven't used it in a decade. Any recommendations? I think there is a place for everybody in social media. So my answer to that is there is a place for everybody. Do I think that everybody needs to be selling products in social media? Absolutely not. But participating in communities is really important. And being a part of your team, even if you're on there just to respond to your team's comments and you're not posting about our products, you need to be there for them if they're trying to do this. I think avoiding it is not going to be helpful to your team. But at the same time, I'm not saying everybody needs to go all in and be social selling, but being there for your team if they're trying to use social media is really important, and understanding what's going on. It's also how we at the company do the majority of our communications. So if you want to make sure that you know everything going on with the markets, social media is a great way to just have communication. So you can be on social media as a consumer of information and not have to be out there posting all the time. You don't have to post on social media, but being in the social world will be helpful, just so that you, like I said, are part of our new skin company, community and part of your team's community, your upline or your sidelines, it's a really great way to stay motivated, stay informed, and to support and recognize your team. But you can just watch and consume. You don't have to post. And no, I do not think for a second you have to be on social media to be successful in this business. You can do this business however it fits for you. And that's the best part about Nu Skin, is success comes from your hard work, however that hard work comes. And I believe that 150%. So there it is. I love you guys. I'm not sure who is introducing Maria unless I get to.
Thanks so much, Kathy.
Love you guys.
Thank you. We love and adore you. We so appreciate your time, energy, and efforts, and your enthusiasm and love for the social media world. As we all know, we keep up with the trends, and you definitely are the queen of trends when it comes to the social selling world and even social media altogether. So thank you for your golden nuggets and just really pouring out to us so that we can go forth and adjust accordingly and go out and bless the world and become successful in our journey of Nu Skin. So thanks again, Kathy. Much love to you and our entire corporate partner of Nu Skin altogether.